Welcome everybody to the Eavesdrop podcast. We have a really interesting show for you today. We are going to introduce our guest. I'm going to say it right here, right now. Viewer discretion is advised.
That's the easy way to say that.
But let's go on ahead, meet everybody. I'll introduce the guest and we'll get going with the show. Todd, how you doing, sir?
Phenomenal.
Oh, there's a one-word answer.
That's it. Today's just phenomenal. That's the word of the day. Phenomenal.
Mr. Paul, how you doing, sir?
Too blessed to be stressed.
All right. Well, team, audience, I want to introduce a gentleman that is going to be very interesting. His name is Verde West. Verde West, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, guys. I appreciate the hospitality and the love. You know what I mean? It's a long time coming with us. Glad to see my brothers again, man. It's been a minute, bro. It's been a minute.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
So what's really awesome about this is that you got a really cool nickname.
Sir.
So we got Verde West, aka Mr. Multipurpose.
Yes, sir. That's a good way to say it. A little man of all talents, almost like an octopus. We got hands everywhere.
Yeah. Right on. So a little bit about your story is businessman that's familiar with both the black market and the legal market.
Yeah.
You might know a thing or two about cultivating, growing cannabis,
A little bit.
extracting cannabis oil,
Yes, sir.
putting events, festivals, and the production all together.
Yes, sir.
So that's
A
something.
lot of beautiful experiences for sure, man. A lot of blessed positions to be a part of for sure.
I love it. Is it legal to have you here in the show today?
I mean, yeah, we ain't talking about nothing crazy, but just life. And I've already done my time and did my time for my stuff. So, I mean, we just talking about what's real and what is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, I get in trouble twice. I already did my time,
All right. Well, audience, we're going to introduce the topics so you guys can tune in and we'll get going with these questions. So, Mr. Verde, you had mentioned that you are passionate about talking about fatherhood
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
and cultivation,
Yes, sir.
mafia stuff. Hey, keep it pushing, don't quit, you're almost there type of
Yeah.
philosophy.
Mhm.
And then the black market versus the legal market when it comes to cannabis cultivation and extraction.
Oh, yeah, sir, man. It's a whole plethora of fucking fuckery right there for sure. Yeah.
You guys ready? The eavesdrop? Hey, tell the kids to get out the room.
Get the kids to
Yeah.
bed.
Hide your wife, hide your kids. It's
Yeah.
going down. Come
Real
on.
talk, real talk.
Cover the baby's ears. They don't want to hear this shit.
Get out your pads.
All right, we'll start with the fatherhood.
Yes,
So,
sir.
question number 1, sir. What's a lesson that fatherhood taught you that you never expected?
Patience, love, integrity, morals, value, humbleness, and just living beyond self.
Now, you mentioned a lot. Why would you have mentioned so many?
Because, as a youth growing up, you don't expect to be anything or go through anything. You're just living and going through struggles of the day-to-day, right? So, where I came from in my life, I'm just happy to be 18, 21, shit, even get past 30. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, to even be a parent was mind-blowing to me. I wasn't expecting to have kids. I wasn't looking to have kids. I'm grateful for my kids. I'll never change that because once you have that love, you can't get that kind of stuff back. It's just feeling that just is special, man. I was going to be that cool uncle. Hey, I'll stop by Christmas, Halloween, here's some things, All right, I'm out. I'll babysit you for the weekend, some type of stuff. But, life happens, life changes, and God does things for a reason to put you in positions to make you better and evolve, to get you prepared for something that you got to get ready for. And I feel that all that had to happen to put in position in places to be ready for things, Nothing's on accident. Things are for a reason type deal. So, you're prepared for things without even knowing it. And those are one of the things I think that I need to be having and have happen to me to make me prepared and understand what I'm in, what I'm doing, and what's going on in the future.
We talking one kid, 2 kids?
I have 3 amazing kids.
Yeah, 3.
I have a daughter and 2 boys, man. I'm a little army, man.
And they definitely taught you some stuff that you never expected.
Never expected, and I'm grateful for. Some things open your eyes and change your perspective in life around, and that was probably one of those things that for sure I'm grateful for. As a youngster and youth and running around doing what we're doing, man, no one really cares about nonsense. You're in the streets, you're trapping, you do your thing. And also too, if you're an athlete, you're going to school, you're doing shit, you're focused. You're on a path on some way, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was on a path already. I'm, closer to my 30s and stuff too. I had my first child when I was 28. I'm thinking, hey man, I'm already too old. My time's done. I'm past that, right? Boom, 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 back to back, bro.
He was feeling good. He was like, "What is this feeling?
With Christmas time, everybody getting gifts.
Your knees was weak. Every time he left, his knees was weak. He was like,
what's that old movie? Happy Gilmore? It's all in the hips. It's all in the hips.
So, a question for you: how do you balance personal goals with being present and an involved father?
Well, you know what? That's a difficult part too, because you got to have a support group in the family too. I really don't got too much. I got blessings of family and good friends and people around me that help me sometimes, in needs to where I could be able to make things happen, go certain places and do certain things. Mind you, I got full custody.
Mm-hmm.
Full custody.
I'll put you there.
I got full custody of my children and stuff too. So another unexpected thing as well too, but another unexpected blessing, another lesson and experience to wise you up, mature you in different ways too, to where, if it wasn't for my family helped me out sometimes too, it'd be a lot rougher, I wouldn't be able to even be here with you gentlemen sometimes,
Mhm.
Hey, I'm all I got. And it's so
Yeah.
work hard, grind, and make it happen. Be blessed for the ones around you and the people around your support group to be able to make you handle your dreams as well as handle their dreams and their blessings too as well.
Facts.
So
Facts.
it's a mutual love, but I'm grateful.
How long did it take for you to appreciate the question he asked, where it says that you have to balance these things about being an involved father? When did that click? An involved father?
I think it clicks, honestly, when you get that oh shit moment. It's happening, it's real. Okay, now it's 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
And shit gotta get right, tight, and to the point.
Yeah.
And it puts you in a drive and a vision and a place to gotta make it happen.
Yeah.
You can't be complacent. You gotta keep moving and grooving and keep it going, because if you're stagnant, you don't get stale. You'll crumble apart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you gotta keep just getting to it, bro.
Yeah.
You can't stop.
Yeah.
We don't be working forever, pretty much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm 85 in the garden, running around. Come here, Mijo, grab this.
You have your glasses down low.
Yeah.
You ain't know what you're doing. Give me that goddamn spray.
Give me that damn water hose.
Give me my goddamn spray.
We get a Capri Sun and shout out.
Yeah.
Verde West, man. In what ways do you think fatherhood has evolved compared to previous generations?
Well, shoot, that's a good one and a decent one too, because look at how parenthood, right? How it started from like the 50s to the present generation, right? There's been a moral and a social decline on the sense of, just integrity and just values, family values, right? When's the last time that people really eat dinner at the table? You know what I'm saying? Everybody's fast food on some stuff. When's the last time you had a conversation sometimes with the children and stuff and talk to them, about their day and what's going on, right? From the 50s, I'll say, to the 60s, 70s, right? When's the last, remember when you heard ass on TV or shit? It was the biggest deal.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, now it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Has it been as you get progressive, it gets more and more morally degrading, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to be a parent nowadays, I think it's kind of a little bit harder,
Mm-hmm.
because there's a lot of falling and breaking apart pieces that tears apart families and people, to where it's hard to keep that structure and that base that families and people used to have, morals, integrity, values, just that whole goal and mission, that thing. Because look at it, I'm a single full parent dad. It used to be the women, man. I thought I got off easy, right? Now I'm the mama. So, but it's a blessing though. But it just shows you how communities and generations flip, right? And how things just stagger off. I mean, come on, Sunday morning cartoons, church on Sundays, right? Backyard barbecue, Sunday barbecues, block parties. When's the last time you really been to a block party or
Really
some cracking like that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Remember everybody hanging out, all the neighbors know each other. You know where your friends are at? Because why? All the bikes are in front of the house and the shoes and skateboards.
Yeah.
Everybody's right there chilling. The mama at the house is doing what? Making all the boys sandwiches and snacks, hanging out, taking care of the boys, like sports moms and like hood moms, Everybody's community, You ain't got, I got it. Knock on your neighbor's door. Here's some sugar. You knock on your neighbor's door right now. Do the ring call. What do you want? I don't know you. Fuck it. What's going on?
Jimmy's not here.
Yeah, right?
Come back.
Right? So it's a whole different, bro.
She couldn't even open the motherfucking door.
Yeah. Talk to me through a damn camera.
I feel like family and fatherhood and parenthood has become more like isolated than communitized, because everybody should get together, hang out, and to spend time, enjoy each other, bro. You might have a kid that you don't like on the street, but guess what? Your parents are best friends with theirs, so you don't have to get along.
Yeah,
Figure it out,
Yeah,
right?
I'm not gonna let
know?
you use my toys, but
Yeah. You are our guest today.
mom and dad smoking blunts together.
Yeah, right.
Get your ass in the room.
Yeah, but
Have you seen those? Have you seen the meme that shows like 70s, 80s outside neighborhoods, and it says, "Who would have known that we were going to be the last normal generation?"
real talk, like our little pocket right here, first to see it in it, probably the last one to see it die. Think about it. Yeah, it's some real shit too. Hey, it's a scary time to be around with technology if you current understanding it. ChatGPT a motherfucker, right? Hey, you fucking put up a fart in that bitch, it's gonna come up with a picture of a dream. You know? Man, it's just a way to where like it's getting out of hand, bro. People are getting complacent and lazy. You know what I mean? You're not finding that drive, that ethic, or that motivation too much between too many people that fucking want to push that dream or that goal, bro. You know?
It kind of reminds us of when we had that question about hustle, that hustle mentality. Is it something that's still around, or is it something that's our generation?
Oh yeah.
No, it's
Or
in ours.
something
It's
for
ours because you know what? Remember, you know how this be hungry and coming up poor and starving, thinking about, man, if I'd have ate that sandwich 2 days ago, I'm gonna not be hungry today. Well, a little dumb shit that goes through your mind, right? When you think about shit, you know. But it's the struggle you got to grow up in, and go through. That's gonna make you who you are today, right? That pushes that vision, that expectation, and that drive. Because, like I was saying between us earlier, right? You know, you could be a rich, spoiled person and have it all, but not notice have nothing. And when you hit that, you're devastated, dead, suicide. People will go crazy. But to come from the bottom to come to the top and see all the blessings and the curses and go through the whole fucking wave and surf it out and make it and land on land and get to the building and do your shit is a whole different thing. Appreciation of value, half full, not half empty, right?
Yeah.
You don't come from a privilege. You fight for your privilege. You take your space. You earn your place. You make your stamp. You carve out and you get what's yours because you need something. Your family needs something. We gotta have it. I want to wear Gucci, so I'm gonna work hard, do double shifts, also find a way. We gonna get that for you.
Yeah.
You know, we gonna make a way to make a way, right? You know what I mean? That's why our culture, if you notice, from hip hop to cannabis to art to anything, you know, some of those poorest people, we dress the most lavish and what? Most fancy because why? Feels good to feel good. We want to work hard and enjoy something that we probably never really had or have access to. These motherfuckers just throw it away. No appreciation of value. You know what I'm saying? So when shit happens on that kind of perspective, there's no value of morals, integrity. You come from the bottom, you have all that plus some, and a drive, and a hunger, and a push to, I gotta get better than last year. Gotta get better than next time, because why? We know how it's coming.
Yeah, you have a feeling that you never want to go back to.
Yeah, man. It's like,
Yeah.
man, I
Yeah.
don't want to waste that. You miss $1 today and coming tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you gotta get it.
Another fatherhood question. How do you handle emotional vulnerability with your kids as a man?
Well, you know what? You just honestly, you just gotta be, dog. You just gotta be. You gotta be true. Like, you know, true to the game will treat you right. Not some things you don't want to say, some things you want to hear, some things you want to experience, but you gotta be truthful, open, and explain.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you know, I love you enough to tell you. If I didn't like you, I wouldn't tell you the truth. Like, you know, we're dating. Hey, I love you enough to tell you the truth, bitch. Glad be glad I'm lying to you, right? But
Yeah.
it's one of these where it's gonna be a tough road, man. It's gonna suck. And you gotta be able to be weak enough to explain how you feel,
That's right.
what's going on, you know, what upsets you, what upsets them, explain it, how to make it better, you know, how we work through this program and how we do these things to make it to where, you know, we have an understanding and a perspective of make our lives easier and, you know, just feel for each other's emotions and spaces, right? Because a lot of people won't talk or open, they'll shut down and what's wrong, mijo? What's wrong, mija? What's up, baby girl? What's up, baby boy? Are you okay? What's bothering you? You hungry? You this or that? Why you so sad? Why you so grumpy? And I get grumpy sometimes. I get sad sometimes. You know what I mean? This is what I do to help with it. You know, you got to be vulnerable and open up to get that kind of love back too. Because, you know, iron sharpens iron. You know, pillows are soft, right?
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where you got to be, bro. And if, you know, to be strong is to be weak too. You know, and if
That's
you love
true.
somebody and love things strong enough, you're going to have to do that. It's only right. You want to hide nothing from nobody, get the best experience, opportunity, and just have to. You owe it to them in a sense, you know?
And you said one daughter and 2 sons, right?
Yes, sir.
So my question for you is, how do you teach your children resilience without making them hard?
Okay, with that, comes back to love and understanding, bro. The road's gonna be tough. Life's gonna be tough. It's gonna suck. You're not gonna like everything. It's gonna be difficult. You're gonna win. You're gonna lose. You're gonna go through it. You can't be a Kobe Bryant every day. Sometimes you gotta sit on the bench and just chill and let people do their thing. You're gonna have your days. You're not gonna have your days. But just know that it's gonna be part of the process. Not every day's gonna be a ray of sunshine. Might raining, right? Might be raining, right? But guess what? Feels better when it's sunny than it's raining, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know? And that's the thing. You gotta go through it to get to it, to appreciate these things. But knowing what these things are, understanding them is going to help you understand and be better at it. As to where if you're blocked off and not emotionally intelligent or educated on that stuff, you're going to be, you know, shut down and freaked out and, you know, just not want to push forward confidently with good energy and on your thing. You know what I mean? Like my kids, I tell them 1,000 times, I love you. a million times a day.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, when they're bored, they'll walk through. I love you, Dad. Oh, I love you too. Just saying something in the room. That's like a greeting.
Yeah.
Everything. You got to be able to be in tune and let them know you can be comfortable here or not. It's gonna be uncomfortable on some things you talk about or whatever. But you got to be open, man, and be vulnerable to get those blessings. You can't. If it was easy, everybody have it. They got it, but it's difficult things that you got to deal with, bro. And as kids too, nowadays, with the social media, the online bullying, this different temperature we're in, so it's a rough time for them. So you got to really explain and talk to them and let them know things because fuck, they're seeing things in the world that we didn't even see growing up. Crazy lifestyles, and perspectives, all kinds of stuff. To where it's like, uh, my kids ask me questions about certain lifestyles and things. I have to explain to them intelligently and respectfully to where they could kind of get it because they're uncertain, unsure about certain things that they're just seeing, on TV, community, amusement parks and stuff like that. Where you gotta, hey, that's life. People live different ways, right?
Yeah.
From the millionaire to the homeless guy to the person with alternate lifestyle to the rough lifestyle or the athletes. Everybody has a different thing, and what's them is them, but that's not you. Learn from what you're doing, what you got going on to make you because you're not everybody. You're only yourself. And what you're going to make yourself is going to be who you're going to be. Don't try to fit yourself into a pocket that you don't belong in when you have a whole drawer you got or a whole everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're going to outgrow your spaces and places. You just got to,
Yeah.
push on.
That's facts. So what's something your father did or didn't do that shaped the way you parent today?
Well, my pops was in and out of the system a lot. You know what I'm saying? Was there, wasn't there. You know what I mean? You know how it is. I'm gonna come pick you up this weekend, never show up type stuff, back and forth, right? So it shows you like kind of lack of fatherhood and parenting and something that you don't want to reciprocate or do, right? I missed out on a lot of moments. My other brothers got some stuff, other sisters got some stuff too, but I'm on that side, so it wasn't really around those times. So, you take that into a factor of, okay, I'm a youth, I'm going through stuff. I don't want my kids to deal with that, feel that. How can I change the perspective a little bit? How can I change the vision? How can I be there more? How can I do the things I didn't get a chance to do with them and watch my happiness and growth with them too as well? Experience those things, enjoy myself, my inner youth through those kids too as well.
It's very, very interesting. You're the third person on our show that has said the same thing. Two of our other guests had their parents were basically grew up in prison or jail.
Yeah, bro. It's one of those things where it's like, you got family in a support group if you're lucky, grandparents or some things, but, we can't pick our parents. We just gotta love them. It's their first time in this earth too. It's their first time learning too. First time going through everything too. They're trying their best like we're trying our best, but just the cards that were dealt are a little different. They're not the same for all of us. You know what I mean? We all play a different blackjack or different poker hand.
I got a question for you, and I know before we get to the next topic, at what age did you become vulnerable enough to start to understand the way you feel right now and be self-forgiving towards that?
Honestly, probably a young age, bro. Like I'm probably say between like the ages of like 6 and 8, bro.
Damn.
You gotta feed yourself, get out. We're street kids, bro.
Latchkey kids.
Don't come back till the street lights on. Get out of here. Don't bother us. Make a mess clean up. Get a switch for everything. You know what I mean? Turn it off. Plastic couches and shit, crazy shit. But
or keep your ear out for that whistle.
Right?
Yeah.
Where you at? Shit lights on. I knew I said too late. You know what I mean? But
dinner's ready.
We had those freedoms, but you learn. The streets ain't nice either. As kids too, growing up, kids are mean. Adults are mean. But not only that, you see the surroundings. You don't pick it up to get older, but you realize, okay, you got to be a certain type of person, individual. You got to be hard, strongest, got to survive. You feel me? So you got to prepare yourself for the animal environment, but you learn at an early age, unfortunately, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, pick it up and get ready and make shit happen because ain't no one gonna give it to you.
Yeah.
Nothing to hand out, ain't no steak dinner on every corner.
No.
The American dream, not what the Europeans see or the other ones that come here for, it's real hard work, you got to get what you got to get and take what's yours if you're working for it. And everybody gets what they earn if they put their work into it.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
So we're going to switch gears a little bit, go into the next topic of questions, which is Mafia topic. We're talking about the Mafia. Question number 1. What do you think draws people to the stories or the culture of the Mafia?
Oh, I mean, come on. You think about it, it's stapled in history and lore and like just glory. I mean, think about the old movies, the Scarfaces, the Godfathers, Once Upon Times and all that shit, Goodfellas, all that casino, it creates an aura, and a thing. And so people get infatuated with it, but it's a powerful thing too. That's their way of flexing in your face too. How many cultural rappers you see out here with mobster names or influencer names? Rick Ross, Lucky Luciano,
the Young Gotti,
Scarface, Young Gotti, all these people, right? That are in it because they're tapping into the culture of that whole image, bro. It's a street thing. You think about it, from something to nothing. They all come from a faraway land, trying to make something, have the American dream, get here, get rich, take care of their families, live comfortable, live that picturesque white picket fences, nice house, good meals, no struggle, no starving, no hustle, So it's going to be a part of our culture, I think, for a long, long time. It's a foundation and a base of just, I think, hard work and diversity in a sense too. You know what I mean? If it wasn't, I wouldn't be so fascinated about it.
Yeah. And how do you personally feel about it?
I feel like, everybody's to their own on their thing, and people do the craziest things and what they feel they need to do to survive and make things happen. Not everybody's built with blessings or lanes or opportunities. Yeah. Get the things that everybody else has. You know what I'm saying? Some people that really struggle and make and put together things to get things going. Yeah. You can't just. I woke up to a rich family and I got it all. Man, it feels good driving to the Hamptons in my belly on the weekend, just cruising the beach and.
I don't know what to spend my money on.
Might have it throw away, well,
Yeah. So, how accurate is pop culture portrayal of the mafia life compared to real life stories?
I mean, there's some over exaggerations you'll see probably for the most part. You know what I'm saying? How they do certain things, but at the same time too, there's a lot of facts out there too, man. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So shit does go how shit goes, but there's an over fantasized way of how they portray shit too. Like, I mean, come on. The Godfather, over the top on some stuff, right?
Oh, yeah.
But a lot of those things in between the lines are actually being done, and a certain way people politic and move against family, do things will actually happen. The many wars within the circle, bro. Everybody's fighting and feuding for power to where, everybody wants to be the king. What's the saying? Too many chiefs, not enough Indians?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Scarface was an accurate movie, though.
Oh, yeah.
Based on a true story.
Yeah, that's
what I'm saying. Like
at that time, too?
Everything in the...
Yeah, he started off from nothing, came through, fought his way, came up, and it's like that, bro. You can literally pop up in the middle of the night and be a somebody, and the next day be a nobody and leak it on the floor, bro. It's a fast lifestyle.
He had the attitude straight off the boat, though.
Yeah, but
Scarface, he didn't have the... You had to calm him down right off the boat. He was like, hey, man, slow down, man. Where you came from, bro? He was...
You got to think about it, too, though. Look at the environment he was raised in and how to be that animal. How to go through these things that made him that. His environment dictated how his personality, his mindset, his ability, and the way he moved was, bro. He had to be ruthless because that's the only way you're going to eat. You're going to survive. You're going to get through it. And when he came and transitioned to this lifestyle and everything else, how'd it work? Everybody's soft and brittle and weenie. Yep. So guess what? He's eating foods up, cutting through shit. Yep. He's watching his homie get hung on a helicopter. I don't fuck with that guy, man. Not my friend,
He was like, oh.
Yeah. Do you know Michael Franzese or Franzini's?
I've seen some of his stuff online too, like, his podcast on the Rogan.
He recently came out from the Mafia and turned his life around. But he's a real one that talks about where he came from.
Oh, yeah. He got an interesting life story for sure, bro. And what he was doing with the money and flipping that shit in the gas stations and that little cents add to dollars real fast, right? And for him to make all that on the low and not even be noticed, bro, that's brilliant, bro. That's everybody has savantness in a way, right?
Yeah.
Some people just get it, He found that way to make that lane and make his way to take care of it. I guess.
Isn't he doing things with churches now these days? He's talking to churches.
He's a speaker. He goes around speaking now.
He's a public speaker. Church before.
Public speaker. Yeah.
Which leads me to my next question. What lesson, good or bad, do you think people take from the Mafia's code of loyalty and structure?
Man, you can look at it two ways in the sense of it. Brotherhood, loyalty, missing family, a family that you never had, right? And you're trying to put something together for a bigger dream or something, right? Like a collective. But then you can look at the other side as like, selfish, self-centered, certain person, one thing, cutthroat, step on one to get to the next type of situation. You know what I'm saying? There's two ways to look at it. It's not all love and it's not all hate, but there's a lot of politics, a lot of crazy things that go on between the lines that you'll see. You come in for one reason and learn another reason, and things are just they're not I think what anybody really expects or looks towards or sees as what the actual picture is. You know what I'm saying? You come in one mind and you probably leave in another. Once you see everything on light or a level of things, right? Because people who are missing families or groups or just bonding or whatever, right? You grow up, you're looking for camaraderie. Those are your type of family. You grow up with these guys, you're doing those kind of things, right? And then it gets to a point where egos, attitudes, power, stuff gets to people's heads.
Yeah. That all gets in the way.
Energy, shit changes.
Yep.
So now it goes from playing baseball in the park and give each other hugs to fucking setting each other up for murder and all that stuff, man,
Becoming more separate.
Yes. It sets off, bro. The ego and the power gets to your brain. If you can't be the same person you've been with or without it, you ain't gonna be the same, man. That's why, I try to be consistent, be myself. I'm not blinded or or glitz or glam, or celebrities, this, that, and third. I give a fuck less. You know what I mean? Everybody's an image or a brand. They're not really themselves. They got a whole marketing team of shit behind them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're never gonna see the real person. You know what I mean? But you know, you gotta
Wizard of Oz. I ain't never seen him.
Yeah, so you always gotta think about the perspective because it's just a cutthroat business, and you know, a lot of people that get into it, I think that they probably regret it.
Yeah.
What's your take on the influence of the Mafia in today's time, or even their presence in today's time?
I mean, I think it's set a presence of, like, you know, culture, right? You know, notoriety, fame, movies. There's so many topics and things you can do from it and everything, right? But at the same time, too, it's not like what it used to be. Look at technology and everything. You can't do nothing nowadays.
Right.
You can't even sneeze or fart in public. You know?
Oh, yeah.
You know, you'll be a meme the next day.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. That's
So
that's
the
real.
whole thing is like, you know,
Their operations seem to not necessarily be as enterprising anymore.
In ways and things, they have the grasp on stuff, I would say, and they make their plays because they were a landmark and grandfather in certain avenues. Obviously, they built Vegas and everything. You know,
Yeah.
money like that don't go away and stuff like that don't disappear.
No.
Some people are smart enough to, you know, invest and do the right thing and make themselves a place and a stake to have a voice, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people, I think, that from those times and those things made themselves and their families, and they're set in their ways and they're blessed. Nowadays, if you try to start some shit up, do some stuff, it's going to be extremely difficult, if not damn near impossible, because times, laws, situations, society is not the same anymore.
You think Mafia still has ties to Vegas or
Everywhere, bro? I think Mafia has ties to anywhere there's money or anything that could be leveraged, benefited, or just of value. For sure, there's going to be a big dog with, you know, something's going on. For sure, dog. You know what I mean?
Move differently now because of all the surveillance and all the
They're
technology.
brilliant individuals that are gonna appropriate it the right legal business way now. They're businessmen now. They're not
That's right.
criminals no more. They're businessmen now. You know,
Mhm.
they have those old values, but they're black and white, cross the T, dot the I, legitimate business now, bro. And they've found loopholes or found ways to make legit money and do their thing. You know, the ways of strong arm robbery and crazy stuff and hanging out balconies and vanilla icing them. You know?
Vanilla
You know,
Ice.
it's the past. You know?
Shout out to Vanilla Ice.
Shake 'em.
He's flipping homes.
My
now.
bad, you know,
That
but
boy
yeah,
flipping
yeah,
homes.
he's doing
now.
good, man. I see some tight cars he's had
Yeah.
online and stuff.
Yeah.
No hate.
He got frustrated enough. He said, "Fuck it, let me flip some houses."
Right? Yeah, you know, just the culture's changed, man. It's
Yeah.
insane, bro. You know,
Gotta change with the times.
Yeah, so it's like, and you can't move that same way no more. You know, they're just outdated, bro. There's too many speed bumps to be putting away from everybody.
So I got a question. So is the honor amongst thieves mentality real?
Certain people, I think so. Certain people, I think, yeah, I'm my brother's keeper. Yeah, I got your back for life type stuff. With certain people, individuals, and people you deal with. But on the other hand, too, you see people that the chance they get to get a cheeseburger or a Diet Coke or a cigarette, they flip in the script and change it all up, bro. You know, I've seen people to where, if they would just stay quiet and just chilled out, everybody would have done like 3 or 4 years instead of certain people doing like football numbers, you know, type stuff, to where just no one wants to sacrifice, no one wants to put in, no one wants to be that dedicated. The community's not like that, society's not like that no more. Everybody's very selfish and self-centered, and I, me, now we, us, to where, you know, it's not a collective thing no more. And a group thing is more like, you know, play the part, and then get their head start and break away and try to take care of everything. And I think that some of those people that are in the higher ups, that are big dogs, or really catch on some shit, might not think things apply to them in a way because, oh, if I snitch or say something, I'm a special dog. I'm a money. I'm a chapo. It's all right. I'm on a high tier. It doesn't account to me. It doesn't apply to me. No, it applies to everybody. And if you really love your brother and you deal with people and that's your fam, and you really risk your life and vice versa, why would you want to backstab them and let your ego crush the shit? You know, just separate your blessings. You know, like a lot of good families, like, you know, from the Asians, Arabs, and anybody, they keep their wealth within. You know, share within and give a ladder up. You know, I'm doing good. I'm helping you out. Boom. Let me open a door for you. Let me open a door for you. Let me keep it within my community. Let's keep our circle strong. And us getting better. And us getting money. That's where I'd rather get to somebody I don't know. Or
What cultures did you say you think?
Arabs, Asians, you know, and, you know,
Russians.
Yeah, Russians and Bulgarians too. Hey,
the Jewish do it
Jewish
too.
too. Yeah, hey, that Eastern European front, man. They on, bro. Hey, a lot of stuff up north, bro. They're pushing a lot of weight up there and end up taking over a lot of that Emerald Triangle thing, man. I was up there for a minute. You know,
I remember that.
Yeah. Hey, them guys don't play, and them guys move away. Every family, every group is about their business. You know what I mean?
To piggyback off of his question, would you say that the honor among thieves, there was honor, in the back in the days, but as we are now, there's no honor like that. That applies left and right.
There's still some, I believe so. I love to be, a hopeless romantic to that in a sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
hopeless in the game,
right? Stay true to the game. Game will stay true to you.
That's true.
I fuck with that.
I hope that's the case.
Not always with some people, but it's one of those things where I think just nowadays, man, and how this stuff is, bro. Nobody wants to do time and do stuff or just be involved in drama. They're quick to flip a snitch and just fuck up program, bro.
Yeah, prime example. Look at Diddy. But let me get to the next question. How do you separate admiration for discipline and structure from glamorizing criminal behavior?
Well, I mean, I think the best thing you do is stay on the radar, right? Low key, low and slow, like a smoker or a slow cooker, right? Stay on the radar. Don't grab
Slow
it.
cook.
Don't get on the
get
radar.
too hot. Don't get too cold.
Right?
Put it in
Slow
the
and low.
slow.
Yeah. Maintain the smoke.
Out the way, because when you just start drawing too much attention and being out there so much, you got a target on your back ready. It draws curiosity. It draws intrigue. It draws mystery. It draws wonder.
That ego. Like
Yeah, what are they doing? What's going on? What's happening? And then when the fools get too much money, they get too high up, you get too vulnerable, and that's when they snatch your carpet out at you and you fall.
We got a tax.
Yeah. So it's like you put yourself in a position you want to be one way or the other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you gotta just try to skate by smooth and on the radar and make your way, because man, we're full of snakes and fucking eagles and all kinds of wild shit out here, bro. Wolves and
Snakes in the corner.
right?
You see him?
Yeah.
You see him?
Yeah,
Gonna get that sucker.
You gonna get that fucking you see him?
Yeah, so
Switch gears right now. We're going to go to the third topic of our questions, which is the black market versus the legal market when it comes to cannabis, cultivation, and extraction.
definitely.
So, question number 1. What are the key differences between growing cannabis in the legal market versus the black market?
A permit, a piece of paper,
He said
a little bullshit piece of paper, and someone that walks through the building that says, "This is okay, this is okay, that can't be okay." Cannabis control. You know what I mean? CDC. Department of Cannabis Control. Pretty much. You know what I mean? Staying in code for their codes for the most part. But I mean, they running codes off the black market anyways. They're running game off the black market anyways. It comes from the black market. It comes from the game that we already set up the foundation for. It is running a program that we set up. That's still in our standard operating procedures. And just trying to tighten up and clean it up and Karenize it.
He said
Karenize it.
Who grows better cannabis?
Black market all day.
All day.
Black market all day. We do it with the passion. When I was doing it, we do it with passion. Love, energy, and that can't lose. Got to be bomb mentality. These corporate businesses and legal markets are doing it for just profit margins and just volume. They take away the fucking craft out of it. So it's like, you can go to any dispensary right now and buy whatever the hell you want from a store. Pop that eighth out, and I go to the hood right now and pull an eighth out, some fire ass stuff. It's gonna be 10 times better than that spot all top all day.
Oh yeah.
Every time. Yeah,
Yeah,
a
they just want
Ziploc
that
bag's gonna be better than that Mylar bag.
I don't know anything about this, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about this topic. I'm just a novice.
I'm just a simple farmer.
Please, I hope everyone is learning like me. I'm a newbie, okay?
Yeah.
Straight newbie.
Green
So-
behind the ear.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of green, so this is highlighted green right here. What challenges do legacy growers face when transitioning into the legal cannabis industry?
I just think pretty much regulations and just the fact that people are gunning for you at a level because you've been so good at what you do already in the black market and successful and building, ground up footwork legacy. You know what I mean? Like you said, just word of mouth is hard work and just putting that work in consistently for years, to where you catch people who are investors or investors or money men or Chads, we'll say, for example. You know what I mean? Not the person per se, but the code name from the Chads.
Yeah.
To where, they want to capitalize their stuff. And then it just quality just goes down, my boy. And then you think about it, there's no passion in it, bro. It's just a dead end, bro. You lose shit, and then they want to steal your intellectual properties all the time. They want to learn everything about you. Okay, how do you do it? Then they'll butter you up too. Oh, they'll butter you up like a lobster, bro. They'll get you so good. I walked away from millions, partnerships, all kinds of shit, just because, just a struggle, knowing that I could have used the money, I needed it, and everything, just because I know what you're doing. You're gonna cut my legs off before I can even get a chance to run.
Yeah, sucks. That
And
sucks.
so you hop in there and like, okay, cool, yeah, we'll be your best friend. Oh, you know how to do this, you know how to do that. All right, cool. Hey, help us set up an operation legally. Got a permit or license, blah blah blah. Right? Love you, buy you cars, houses, the whole nine, bro. Introduce to their family. They'll do crazy stuff, man. They'll get you to where they get you comfortable.
They want to buy you out.
Try to buy you out, bro. or get all your game and information throughout the years and your SOPs and standard operating procedures locked through to where they've been structurally planning on you and plotting on you from the beginning to weed you out little by little by little, take everything you worked your whole life for to kick you out that of the hard work and money you're making, like say 100, 200,000 a year, easy, to where fucking we're gonna hire 2, 3 kids, $17, $18 an hour, and just read this book, follow the directions.
Yeah.
And everything's in extreme detail and just run that. There's a problem, we'll hire another person who maybe knows a little bit more than you and put them on to read the book a little better than you. You know, just like that, bro. It's like it's so foolish sometimes, bro.
So you kind of already answered it, but let me ask you this question. How has legalization affected the quality, pricing, and accessibility of cannabis?
It's oversaturated for sure. You go anywhere and get stuff, man. I mean, the prices from 2012 to 2025 right now are drastically changed, bro.
Dropped.
Bro, I mean, I remember, name anybody who's getting $2,000 for a pound nowadays. I don't think anybody.
Nobody.
If they say they are, they're lying. If they are, they're having to ship it out and send it out.
14 is hard. 14 is hard. 15 is hard.
And even then, if you try shipping it out right and hoping to get 2, everybody's savvy. Everybody's a connoisseur now. Everybody's on the game, so it's like
every state got some fire now.
What if it's going to a different state though?
Even if it's going to a different state, you got people that fly out here to do this stuff too. That go out there that know pricing now. You know, California backdoored itself. You know what I mean? It backdoored itself.
Price isn't the same as it was yesterday.
Yeah, it's like why go out of state? You might as well break it down in the city. You
That's
know what
crazy.
I mean?
Yeah,
break it down in the city.
Piece it
You're
out.
gonna spend more money shipping, and you might not even land.
Yeah,
you take a loss.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then you're gonna do. Oh man, you out of some bread.
Take an L, lose a client.
Yeah, bro.
Today's price is not the same as yesterday's price,
and it's so much cheaper though too. I'm finding stuff and going to a lot of distribution centers, legitimate facilities that are amazing top tier facilities, right? And then black market too, right? The price is so low, bro. It's like a gold mine for anybody to walk up in there. You've seen phenomenal stuff between like $700 to $1,000 that are just like would have been like $3,000 or $4,000 5-6 years ago. Straight up, so much saturation. But with saturation comes degradation. So how pure is the product, anyways? Everything's washed out. What
bag presentation, everything.
Everyone wants to have that special bag, that za, that not in your bag type stuff, or that purple crazy candy cookie shit, all that shit, right? That's all cut from a cut that's just washed back into itself to where, you're losing purity and genetics. What do you want to be an old man and be like, man, I remember what OG Kush used to taste like. Man, I remember Bubba. Man, I remember Master. We're at those times now to where shit's really getting extinct. Look what happened to Blue Dream. Blue Dream died out, and the only way you can find it is through a cut that's cloned.
What happened to Larry?
You know what I mean? Right?
What happened to Larry?
And they putting fentanyl on the weed now too.
Larry's still around.
Larry's still around?
Shout out to Kelly Connection Seed Company. Yeah.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. They got bomb OGs, bro. Some of their gear, bro, they were one of the first ones to put like true OG, real OG on the market in seed farm, bro. A lot of these companies and brands that people you see out here, bro, got a lot of their cuts from Kelly Connection Seed Company, my boy, and then rebranded it and back-crossed it and try to put their name on it.
That's crazy.
Stamp it and not even put those guys' hard work in it, bro.
That's crazy.
Swerving on them guys with those genetics over there, bro. But a lot of game and a lot of love into this craft that we call the community now, just to be, looked over for the hard work.
Wow. Verde, is there anything good out of it becoming legal?
I mean,
anything.
Ease of access. I mean, you don't get pulled over, smell of weed ain't a probable cause no more. I mean,
no
like, right? People could grow their own plants they want to grow, a certain amount in their house too. I mean, people who really need it that couldn't get it, they don't want to go through the hoops, can do it. But with every blessing, there's a curse too. I mean, how easy is it?
Go to your backyard again. Like, oh man, it's a 12-foot plant.
Right? But with every blessing, there's a curse too. The only thing I really don't like about it is that, I'm hearing about homies' kids and teenagers and nephews and sons and shit and daughters getting caught having vape parties in the bathroom, ordering shit online. You go on Instagram or somewhere right now and pick up a bag and be like a little ass kid. It's ease of access. Yeah. I mean, it's harder to buy a beer than it is weed.
Yeah, I agree
It's harder
with
to buy a
that.
beer than it is buy weed. So it's like,
But they got fentanyl on the weed now too.
It's everywhere, bro.
All right. Another question for you, Verde. How do regulations impact the creativity and the innovation?
A lot.
Cannabis extraction.
A lot, because you're only limited to what you can afford and what you can do and what you spend on your ability. So the higher the taxes are from not only the state but then the city too as well. You're lucky to balance out sometimes, bro. You know what I mean? Let alone make it through, because everyone wants to hand in your pocket. You know what I mean? On it. Imagine renting a building now for somebody, right? And tell them, oh, I make picture frames. Oh, don't worry, we'll give it to you for $2,200 a month, 10,000 square feet. Don't worry. Well, I run a CBD or cannabis. Oh, I need $15,000 a month for the same building.
Yeah.
That's out.
Once they hear it, they think it's an automatic home run. They don't.
Could you guys afford 3 months
up front?
Up front?
Yeah.
It's the only way we're going to sign this deal.
Right? So they take that stretch thinking that it's a overnight millionaire success, and they forget the part of the hard work. And it's actually like being a parent from seed to sale. You're nurturing a seed, you put it into a form, it gets cloned out, it's at a little budding seedling stage, and boom, you're in a teenage area. In a teenage area, they go to college and they flower. When they go to college and graduate, now they pay you back, but you cut their ass down and cut them off, and bring them back. But it takes time to go through these things, and everything has to be successful and locked in and synchronized with each other, bro. If one stage falls or one thing fails, quality of product, amounts, you could lose a whole crop, and you can't afford to lose. You're gonna pay on every dollar and everything, right? So you can't afford to let it fail, right? So you gotta be on everything. So it's very patient too, mind you. It's not an overnight thing, right? It's not how people cook a kilo up in fucking a weekend.
No.
Some stuff, right? No, it's a different plan, right? But it's got to be matured, seasoned, grown, dried. It's a whole process of a process. Just by the time you cut the plant down when it's ready, don't mean it's ready. You gotta hang it, trim it, do your thing.
You gotta let it breathe.
Yeah, so
all type of stuff.
all that. So it's a whole section of just patience and patience and patience, and just wait and just do the right thing and stay on point type deal. It's a whole layer, bro. It's a whole discipline. It's a whole discipline within itself.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
what risk still exists for cultivators operating outside of the legal system?
I mean, some people say it's a slap on the wrist. I've seen some people wish I could see them still.
Yeah.
It's
heavy.
And it's one of those things where,
all those football numbers still being given out for
depending on the county and what state you're in and what's going on in your environment. Yeah, for sure. You know what I mean? Vegas wasn't legal for a long time, remember? Or Arizona.
That's true.
You could pop through Vegas, like 8 years ago, and just have a seed or a joint.
Yeah, so
automatic 30 days, bro.
Even if you got a joint.
Yeah, you're done. You do mandatory time. Arizona, send you the pink city where everybody's wearing pink clothes and shit. Damn. Mandatory 30 days. Jordan Pyle wasn't playing back then. You know what I mean? That sheriff was running the state and the whole shit, bro. He had the whole Arizona on his hand, bro.
Even with DUIs too.
Oh yeah,
you in the pink jumpsuit.
Yeah, they're on him, bro. So it just depends on your environment and where you operate out of too, because you're taking a risk no matter what. But what's going to be the least liability? What's going to be the least liability? Are you willing to do 1 or 2 or fucking 20 or 30?
Yeah. In your opinion, what's needed for equity and fairness in the cannabis industry moving forward?
Oh man, and that's a tough thing too, dog, because when you think about the industry and like banking, investment, and all kinds of things of that nature, right? Who's giving out bank loans and stuff like that to these cultivations?
It's a high risky
high risk, right? Bro. And even then they say they're banking and stuff for that. There really isn't. When you think about it too much, you know what I'm saying? In a sense, you really have to find outside investors or people who are stacking some things that could leverage businesses and liquidity and equity and all that stuff towards that stuff to get a loan from them, just to push cash towards your business and stuff too, and your legal licensing and everything to make this happen on the legal side and everything too, right? It's really hard to get banks to fuck with you, but there's so many people fighting to try to get some kind of banking situation and shit too. You don't think people are tired of holding fucking just safes full of money? And, self bookkeeping and everything. And then, man, everybody comes in, you know how it is, seed to sell. They're looking at every dot, every corner, every camera, every metric number on it, bro. You got to be on it. And, and when you carry that much cash in these type of businesses, it's a little shitty feeling because, hey, anything could happen, bro. You don't have a safe spot where you could just put your stuff in and, let things do their things and don't have to have that extra liability or worry. Almost everything's stuck in house in a sense. In certain part. It got to be compartmentalized. And I think that, it's already proven itself to be a standard business model to where it's taking care of stuff. There's stores and places around there. So it's stable enough to maintain. Certain branches, certain brands, certain legacy brands should be able to, get some kind of banking or some kind of institution for that, bro. You know what I mean? If you've proven the track record of consistency and you've been here for a while and you have a good up and up, okay, cool. But if you just started yesterday, you want a $2-3 million loan, a fucking blow out a warehouse in the middle of Alonto, and don't even have air conditioning in that motherfucker, well, you're going to lose that investment. You'll never see that money again. That's one of those things where
that would be some real foreign investors that have no clue about where their money is going.
No offense though, but it's always usually the Chinese right now, bro.
Oh, really?
Coming over and dumping lows, bro, and just buying their way in, buying and trying. Like they do with everything, my boy,
Well, all right. We got a show on our hands, don't we, folks?
Yeah.
So that brings us to halftime. We're going to go ahead and switch some gears now and go into a little bit lighter of the show where we talk about some controversy, some humor, some philosophical things. So you do have a point that you want to make. You want to clear up some misconceptions. You had made a comment saying that not everyone is greedy. Why would that be a need? Why would you feel the need to want to clear that up?
Yeah, for the most part, because this industry is so cutthroat. and so step on each other, get to each other. I mean, just scandalous, man. Your best friend become your worst enemy. You know, you grew up with somebody, and then 2 weeks later, I'll talk to them over some petty stuff because it's just once you get to a certain level, or just certain recognition or ego gets involved, money changes everything and people, unfortunately, you know? And it's like that with a lot of people, but not everybody is greedy. You're going to catch those people like me and a few other ones that, you know, will invest 110%, sacrifice before we get stuff, you know, like for example, you plant a seed to watch it grow and get the fruits. You don't plant the seed to get the fruits today. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's tripping over a penny to get to $1. Those jack you for 10,000, not knowing that there's 10 million right in front of you the next day type stuff, right? And you'll run through 100, 1,000 partners, friends, whatever in this industry, just to find that one non-greedy, morally intelligent person, you know, that's integrity, that's about the same vision you have, to really sit there with you, and that'll change the whole world and everything, right? You'll have partnerships and relationships and success unheard of and limitless because there's a understanding there that it's more than just, you know, money and nonsense. It's a vision, a collective, a dream, an ability, a goal, right? Everybody else's goal is money and fucking partying or boats and mansions and crazy stuff. Right? We all got chains. We all got jewelry. We all got stuff, right? Those are just little labors of love throughout the craft, right? That's not greed per se, right? Those are like little rewards on milestones and things, right? Some people take it to the extreme. Like I said, a friend, you might have a best friend today, be your worst friend the next day just because he wants what you have, can't get what you have, or wants the person you know. Like me, for example, all my friends, if you fuck with me, I fuck with you. You're my family. I know everybody, but I keep a small circle. You know what I'm saying? I say hi to everybody. Boom, 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 boom. Like, for example, I'll go to the bar, right? Local bars and stuff. What's up, Fontana? See you guys out here. You know? I'll go to the bar, hang out and stuff too, right? I say hi to everybody. Boom, boom, boom. Shake my hands, pay my respect, show my love. But I always go back to my little circle myself, or one or two homies, just kick it and do my own thing. Jukebox, pool, chilling, drink, out the way. No nonsense, right? You show your love, but you keep to yourself. You keep a small pocket. The small pocket people I mess with, man, are amazing individuals, you know, great human beings, you know, with the shits, you know what I'm saying? So you know how it is. You know, group of too many people, ain't nobody real. And ain't nobody about this shit. You can catch a couple goofballs or wieners or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, you want to keep that strong circle with that, like I was saying with the greed shit, right? It comes back to the greed shit, right? Everybody's going to be on some other shit. Not everybody's going to be on the same shit you want, or that vision, the path that you're looking for or trying to do. You feel me? So it's one of those things where it's like, you know, you're surrounded by snakes, but it's good to, you know what I mean, find a horse to ride on or someone to deal with, you know, to take a path and a journey with you to make some things happen and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because not everybody's going to be destined for that. Not everybody's going to be on that path. Not everybody's going to have that vision, that goal, that drive, that ambition, that push to fucking do these things, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're just looking to take what you have and get out the way because they see something they want it and conquer, divide and conquer, get that. Go, go, go. Right?
Snakes,
when you,
those
right?
snakes
When you find
out
a good
there.
partner,
For the
a
snakes
good
in the
friend,
corners.
a good business relationship or some things, right? It's the best feeling because why? You went through all the rain to get some sunshine. You're all here, you're excelling, you're getting blessed up, you're doing good things because why? You had to go through this shit to prepare you for what's gonna happen for your next blessing.
Yeah.
All the struggles, what you needed because why? You're about to level up so hard that what you need to be ready for is what's coming. And if you don't have to go through these shitty people, this bad shit, you're not gonna know how to process this shit, be ready for this shit, and see the things that are coming towards you because why? You try to get it easier, you skipped it, you passed it, right? You gotta have these downs to get this up, you know?
That's true.
Blessings become blessings.
Man,
That reminds me of
getting
this
a
podcast.
street education today. You believe in any conspiracies?
I believe there's a lot of weird shit for sure. Hey, for
no
sure.
Diddy.
For sure.
No Diddy.
It's weird, bro. It's weird. Cause remember, I stayed in Humble for a long time, bro. You know, Murder Mountain, Kings Range, all up there, you know, past Garberville, Red Way, Shelter Cove, had an apartment right there on the beach. You know what I mean? All up to the mix. And you'll see some weird ass shit. People do weird things, man, especially in spread out places and hidden faces. You know, without saying too much, you know, there's crazy activities and things up there, man. And there's cults, there's weird shit. I mean, come on, Bohemian Groves up there.
The owl,
Wow.
talking about the big owl,
Bohemian Groves up there, my boy.
sacrifice and all that.
Yeah, man. Hey, where that shit be going on, bro? The people do things to be secluded for reasons, right?
Mhm.
Whether it's cultivation or other things, right? Why do you think fucking them damn Scientologists fucking got that spot, you
The
know,
Scientology
and
building?
in the desert right there in Hammond, that whole compound,
Oh,
bro,
you're right.
that whole over
You're
that
right.
shit, bro.
Just
You never
before
see
you hit
nobody
the
outside,
casino.
but it's nice, it's water, got a bunch of little brick homes and crazy ass shit.
Yeah.
Bro, I used to have a spot, little trap spot out there in the cut. We used to cultivate back in the day. Rest in peace, my boy Rich, you know.
Yeah.
Fucking we had a whole little compound out there just mashing it out. I had to drive by that motherfucker every day. On one side, any other, bro.
Yeah, it's a big old castle.
Yeah, bro, and long too. I thought it was a golf course or some
Nah, I
exotic
think
stuff
it's
at first,
huge.
right? Like a resort.
Really?
Yes, it's
That's
like a giant resort.
It's a Scientology
Yeah.
building, bro.
I thought it was a golf course.
No, it's a Scientology
it's a
building.
giant like resort for them, bro.
Yeah,
It's
it's
that's
right
what that little weird S in that symbol.
Yeah,
Yeah,
on the way to
bro.
Saboba Casino.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
exactly where it's at. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a whole thing. So I trip all the time. I go there because my hours vary between the light cycles and this and that and the third. So I'm going there morning, night, noon, whatever, 24 hours down there if I have to sometimes, right? Spend the night the motherfucker, right? But I'm going there at all times. I never see a goddamn person outside.
Yeah, I don't.
Ain't no one patrolling, but the grass is green. It's always cut. There's buildings and look like they're housing. Windows all blinds down. Trippy, bro.
Yeah,
It's weird. Like when you walk down
Wow.
Hollywood Boulevard, you see a little spot. If they know you ain't on that bullshit, they lock the windows and close the doors and run aside. You know what I mean?
ain't nobody talking to you about
Right?
nothing.
Right? Man.
Any other conspiracies you want to point out?
I mean, I think up north they believed in Bigfoot a lot. The tribes up there.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I think Alex Jones was believed in Bigfoot for a hot minute.
Like I can't say anything. I'll tell you this though, because mind you, I'm up there in the wilderness, bro. To get to us, we're self-maintained private roads. So if you're trying to drop on the spot, you damn near need a helicopter or some ropes for some of those parts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I used to have a Ken Corso up there, right? Mishka, with the Eastern European faction I was dealing with and stuff too at that time. Bro, I'm gonna tell you this: when there's a predator, that's a big predator, you'll know. Remind you, right? When the bear's walking around, or a wolf's walking around, or a bobcat, or a mountain lion, crickets are still cricketing, owls are still howling, nature's still making noise. You feel me?
Yeah.
But up there in the woods, bro, remember, it's an ancient forest. Humboldt County, the redwoods are an ancient forest, bro. Those are the oldest trees we have on Earth, dog.
Damn.
Hey, this is like old county, bro. You plant anything there, it's gonna be lush. It's a network of roots, right? But anyways, right?
Damn.
So,
root system.
Mycelium.
yeah, that's the one right there. Hey, it's all in one brain hive.
Wow.
It's all in one uniform thing, right? But just trip on this. So when there's something that's not normal out there, when everything's dead silent. That's when I knew that there's some shit out there.
Shit.
The dog will start barking. It trip out. There's no crickets. There's no owls. There's no fucking sounds.
No
It's dead
frogs.
silence. So I'd be cruising that ATV, right? Mind you, we're in the middle of nowhere. The only headlights and stuff I got are my side-by-sides running through the hills and the forest and the mountains and stuff with grime in it and the grow on the low, acres and acres of mild shit. You feel me? Once you hear nothing, there's something. Get your ass back.
Shit.
Get your ass back.
Nothing. No crickets, no owls, no
When
birds.
when it's dead silent, my boy, when it's dead silent,
Get out of
get
there.
out of there.
You heard
bro,
it
because
first.
The animals know. They'll know. They'll hear if a cricket's quiet and the owl's not quiet, right? What's an owl caring about a bear or a lion down there who's eating bugs, right? What's a fucking cricket caring about that shit, right? Making the sounds, making the shit, right? You're gonna hear owls howl, you're gonna hear bobcats screech, hear some, you're gonna hear a bear growl, you're gonna hear some shit, you're gonna hear rustles, right?
Mhm.
When there's nothing, yeah, you already know something's in there. And when the animals all start acting weird and the dogs start getting scary and trippy, and mind, it's a Cane Corso, bro. That's damn near a bear.
Horses are huge, bro.
That's damn near a bear itself. You know what I'm saying? So I can have my firearm, everything on me, rifle in the back, chilling on the side by side in the back. You already know there's not enough firepower or animals for that shit. We gone.
No, you
Come on, Mishka, we out of here.
Ah, ah, you take your rifle.
Yo, it's crazy.
He's
Like a
taking all them
shit.
rounds
but
too.
the natives in the tribes up there, because there's a lot of logging and stuff like that too, native land, the Eel River, and all that stuff up there too. On the Lost Coast and everything. They believe that the Bigfoot's out there, bro. He believes he's out there, and he's wandering around still in those ancient forests still. And I can't say it's true or not, and I'm not a believer in stuff like crazy like that, but I believe it's real and what I can understand. But I know there's something out there.
Yeah.
There's some weird ass shit because
Do they believe in one or many?
I wouldn't be able to say that in a sense. There has to be more than one if there's they're still living and procreating and having a 2025 got that motherfucker right around the forest still. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Bigfoot's like 6'5". walking
Right.
around like that.
Is it really tall Mexican? The rifle, hey, fool, wrong land. But
That'd be crazy.
But it's one of those things where, like, you would hear the difference, bro, and you can feel it. Like, you can feel like the energy in the air, bro. Like, I don't know, like everybody says to catch a vibe, right, or feel a vibe.
Mhm.
You feel electricity or the aura in the environment where your gut and your spirit's telling you, this ain't comfortable, man. This ain't right.
Yeah,
brother.
you feel it in your gut.
Yeah, let me book it. Let me get out of here, man, because
That's
I'm
good.
right on that.
That's a good share right there. Do you have another one? Any unusual stories that have to do with legal farms or events?
Oh, bro, hey, there's a lot of people moving for sure, like human movement.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
really?
Yeah, a lot.
I mean, we know this, but that's interesting that you would bring it up.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people move, bro. You ever heard of a trimigrant?
What is it called?
A trimigrant?
A trimmigrant.
Yeah,
Immigrant for trimming. Yeah, it's called trimmigrant.
Oh,
Yeah, people come from all over the world, bro, to come to Humboldt County.
The trim?
Yeah, trimmigrants. They call them trimmigrants. So look, they come from all over Spain, all over the world, right? To come to Humboldt County, the Emerald Triangle, the whole mecca, right, of what it's been for years, legacy like Amsterdam is, right?
Right.
I think, right? From all over the world, come here and live their dream, and they figure out something and get a piece of some stuff, right? Some people land and they'll come back. Some people drive up and they'll make it home. People disappear all the time. And boy, you go up there, you'll probably see some of the most missing person posters you ever seen in your entire life. Straight up, bro. Really, bro. Hey, straight up, bro.
You know what?
The best thing to do up there, low key, honestly, my bad, is if that was crazy, if I go back up there, I wouldn't even be into cultivation. I'll just buy a fucking lot and just have a junkyard full of cars and trucks and have people pick up shit. So much shit gets left down there.
Damn.
Unanswered. So many lost cars and lost people and lost things.
Shit.
And plus, too, you need a satellite phone to call anybody or be connected to a satellite phone to even have a WhatsApp to make a phone call. Good luck taking Verizon. Good luck taking anything with you. You ain't got no service. You can scream, yell, cry, run, disappear. You ain't gonna, no one gonna hear you. Except another neighbor that's doing the same thing.
Land of the lost.
You know what's funny is that there's a lot of conspiracies that people go missing in the national forests.
A lot.
National forests.
A lot, bro. For sure.
General,
that's a real thing.
Is a real thing.
Yeah, it really is, bro.
Damn.
Hey.
They get lost.
They get lost,
Either
they get
that,
absorbed, or they get taken.
You want to hear? Okay, you want to get conspiratorial, audience? Here, let's get conspiratorial.
Get your ears on.
So you know how they talk about other types of species.
Oh shit.
So they say the other types of species they live in the national forest, and they're the ones responsible for.
Well, I could believe there's a lot of crazy things going on because look, there's still a whole world we haven't even discovered.
Yeah.
Look at the damn ocean. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We barely even threw a rock in there.
Yeah. We haven't been on the other side of the ice wall either.
Yeah, and we that part too. Hey, that's a whole gap right there, my boy. Hey, yeah, it's perfectly placed.
A lot of land. A lot of land over there.
All right, switching gears again. We're gonna go to some philosophical things that you say. I love this quote you say, but I love for you to expand upon it. Fortune favors the bold.
Yeah, fortune favors the bold, man. You gotta be able to take a risk. Like a pirate, go out there, and get it and make your dream, bro. You gotta go and get it. If you stand still, you don't get burned. It's like walking across the coals, right? You stand still, you can get burned. You gotta keep moving so you don't get hurt. And it's gonna be a rough journey, right? But you'll get through it, right?
It's fast feet.
Yeah, you do it. But fortune favors the bold, right?
Agreed.
Those risks you take, those moments that you doubt yourself or second guess could be sometimes the greatest breakthroughs, bro. Look at the most brilliant people we have right now that took that one moment, that 1 second, that one ability to be like, you know what, I'm gonna throw it all in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna figure it out right now and just see what becomes of it. I don't know if it's gonna be something now, but I believe in it or I trust it. I'm gonna take a risk.
Yep.
I'm gonna be bold. I'm gonna be brave. And fortune favors the bold and brave because why? When you take that risk, you hop out of your pocket, your comfort zone, you're gonna be able to benefit from things that you would never have if you would have stayed in that pocket and not get out that way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right on. So, you've been describing a lot of things, the kind of lifestyle that folks are probably listening to and saying, that's a lot of risk. That's a risky lifestyle. Yeah. And a lot of times that risk, you can pay the ultimate price.
Yeah.
So are there people that have paid that ultimate price, but have been huge helps for your journey?
Yeah, man. There's quite a few people that have been inspirations and put me in the path that led me to where I'm at that wouldn't be at all, period, in the day. That believed in me, that gave me a chance, an opportunity to succeed when no one else probably did. As a young person coming in, I've been cultivating for a long time, obviously, I got over 20 plus years experience. I've been doing this as a youth, youngster, but since like damn near 11 years old, popping seeds and dropping things, running around farms and fields and stuff, wild summers and stuff. Just you run into people that are like teachers in a sense, that always stick with you. Rich, rest in peace, we call him Rich, but his name is Daniel, D-boy and shit, him and his whole family put me on, bro. When I was just a cultivator, just a grower, wholesaler and stuff too. It's like, that's what we all make in a sense, I'm gonna make you a manager, I'm gonna put you in charge, let you in the program because he saw I had a vision, and I could think about how things should be ran, how setups should be put together. He's like, let's see what you think. Let's see what you're gonna do with it. What you want. Set up all the display cases, the painting, the artwork in the rooms, the security, everything, the whole flow from fucking seed to cell down there, operating procedures. Gave me the chance to do that to where on my resume, I could use that and say, okay, I managed multiple over 100 successful dispensaries, legally, illegally, through the market, through everything around the trap, right? Through his blessing, bro. And from that, carried over to my legal market, bro. To where just by being in the market, the managerial shit, the fucking employee relations, vendor relations, maintain the business, paying all the bills, doing everything, just having that whole pressure thrown on me. And seeing if I was gonna make it, and I made it. Give me that chance to succeed and do it, bro. It changed my life, bro, in a sense, because I'm able to walk into any corporate spot, any legal dispensary, any legal manufacturer distribution center, know the ups, downs, around, do it. And I wouldn't have had that without that hands-on experience in the black market. Be able to transition to the legal market to where they're barely copying our recipe from what we did a long time ago. They're just, clearing the tape now and just put their name on it in a sense, right? But being so young too, in that position, opening my eyes and coming through a lot of stresses and blessings, because you deal with a lot of age gaps and different people, older, younger, this and that. And I was listening, I understand is how do you get here, how do you get there type of shit, right? But everybody's there for a reason, for something, right? And someone believes in you and puts you in that position for something, right? He believed in me to build his businesses and his stores and his brands, and let me have creative freedom with it. And, run a program, dog, and it worked. And we believed in each other. And, it became a good thing. Rest in peace. I wish he was still here. But if he was still here, bro, he would have been crushing it so hard in the legal market. He was 1 week away, bro. 1 week away from getting into the legal market. We had a meeting on a Wednesday. He passed away the weekend before, in August, you know what I'm saying? And I had a meeting, the same place I took to you to get the white labeling in and legitimate and cross the T out the I to get you from the trap to legal and all legit. He was on that doom. He had his money ready, everything ready to go. And unfortunately, some lames took out his life,
Wow.
and caught him in transit, caught him in front of one of the stores. And, legend's not here no more, But that guy gave me the confidence, the ability, the drive, and the motivation to do it, bro. He was like my Latino Nipsey Hussle, bro.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Everything was a marathon for him. Stacking it, never missing a dollar. I've never seen another man like that in my life with that much work ethic, bro. Mind you, I was going through a lot of stuff, my family up and down, right? When I got my custody and everything, right? As my kids were young. My car broke down and everything, bro. He would come pick me up and drop me off.
Shit.
And still do the whole hustle and everything every day.
It's a real one.
Yeah, never stop, bro. Fucking, I'm like looking at him sometimes. I'm dead tired. I know I'm dead tired doing all this shit. He's dead tired doing all this shit. How he kept going and moving, I don't even know. He had a superpower. Like, him and Nipsey had that superpower, bro, where there's just something in you where you're just not gonna stop and you're working your sleep type shit. And he was one of those guys where I was like, man, do you ever get a rest, dog? Do you ever get a break? Nope. Because he came from that same poverty, struggle lifestyle we come from, in a sense, You gotta get it. Dollars. If you don't get the dollar today, it'll get on tomorrow. Chase the bag. Get it, bro. And man, he was a real inspiration. Not only work ethic, but he put me in place a lot of times, man. Restructured me and shook my head a little bit to get me to focus, not be distracted by things, and pay attention to things, man, because
you need that in your life sometimes.
Yeah,
everybody needs that.
He's like a big brother,
GPS system.
Right on. Good stuff. And rest in peace to that individual, man. You said his name was Daniel, huh?
Yeah, Daniel.
Wasn't Rich.
Rest in peace, Rich.
We know was Rich, but yeah, the birth name is Daniel. Yeah, but her name was Rich because he was a rich boy, man, out here getting it, man. Dope boy, man, just making it happy. Out as an industry, when you black market, they can't know your real name, bro. Oh, my name is Jimmy today. Fucking, Larry tomorrow. Bob the next, Rich. You're right through so much shit, bro. The industry is cutthroat, bro.
Yeah.
He was a blessing, man. He was a blessing and a lesson for sure, because I wouldn't be half the shit I am without that gentleman, for sure. Dog.
That's what's up.
All right on. That leads us to a description about yourself, where we asked for you to use 3 words to describe yourself, and you had said compassionate, funny, and a hustler.
Yeah,
those are all accurate.
I haven't seen the funny part, but I know the funny part because I know
I look a little funny, but that's all right.
But then, a little bit more about you. Not only do you do the cultivation and the extraction, you do underwater welder. You're not.
I'm about to be. So I'm doing my diving classes right now. I just graduated from welding school too. So yeah, I'm just working on under the sea.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so you gotta have one without the other. I do one, then do the other one. So it's like, yeah.
Pays well.
Yeah, we hoping. Shit.
Yeah. It does.
We hoping because this industry where it's going, everything's at. You gotta have a fail-safe backup plan, and everybody wants a 401k or some PTO and some stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now funded vacation after that year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Week on the company check. Yeah.
That's union. You're doing union, huh?
What we try. We're gonna try. So what we get in, we're gonna get in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The path will lighten itself up. We just gotta put that water in the crack and let it spread.
That's what's up.
So you had mentioned that there's some books that you've read or some podcasts or some movies that you've that inspired you. You mentioned 3 of them. The Count of Monte Cristo, The Superior Man, and the 48 Laws of Power. Let's start with all three. I'm going to go through all three though, but why The Count of Monte Cristo?
The Count of Monte Cristo, if you look at it, it's a lesson in perseverance, hard work, determination, loyalty, love, deception, just the whole thing's in the range of emotion you go through in life. If you ever read the book or seen the movie, right? The guy and his best friend, they grow up, right? The guy likes his lady, boom, sets him up, fucks him over, tries to kill him, take his spot. And the guy's a rich guy, right? One guy's a poor guy, one guy's a rich guy, right? The rich guy had everything, but he couldn't have the lady, right? So he tries to set up his homie, which is his best friend and will die for him type deal, right? Sets him in the fucking prison. He's getting tortured, never thought he'll see him again. Ruin his whole life. What did Count of Monte Cristo do? You know what he did? He sat there, took his time, educated himself, got patient, read up, waited for the right moment. And what happened? He found his opportunity, was able to escape off of, off the bat, make some treasures off of inmate that he met that gave him a recipe for, a hidden treasure. You know what I mean? Found it, took all that money, found some pirates on some shit, hired them, came back with an alias. Hey, it was the Count of Monte Cristo. Changed his appearance, no one knew who he was, but everybody wanted to be with him now. What? Hey, you're the richest guy, you coming in, you got all this stuff, no one knows who you are, you came out of nowhere, where all this energy, this strength, this determination, this hard work coming from hustle, from the struggle, from the pain, from the gutter, right? But he didn't let the gutter take him over. He let the gutter wash him out. Anybody would have been doing all those years and be like, fuck it, my life's over, just kill me now. Yeah. I'm done, it's dead, that's over. Yep. But it was never over. It's a marathon, you feel me? It kept going. So, he just kept it going. And when time was right, luck makes preparation.
That's what's up.
Luck makes preparation. You gotta be lucky all day, but if you're not prepared for your blessing, your luck, you're not gonna be able to take advantage of it and make it happen.
Opportunity. Yep.
Yeah. So that was that kind of thing like that. You could go through everything and deal with the shit. You still come back and handle your shit and be better than off. Almost like the Book of Job, if you read the Bible. You know
I was thinking the same thing when you were talking about it. I was like, that's a Jobish story.
The Superior Man. What's that?
Superior Man's kind of a book that Nip put me on to and shit. It was like it's like a love book, man, a relationship book, man.
What's about relationship?
A masculine book, or just a guidance for being a man. You know what I mean? How to care of yourself, what women like, what women don't like, on the sense. What's going to drive it? Do you want your woman to be in her feminine energy with you, or masculine energy with you? How do you make her a feminine? How do you make her comfortable enough to let you be the king, let you lead, and take care of that shit and sell that shit without her having to worry about it and do her shit, right? How are you going to be demanding in the bedroom? How are you going to be a good lover? How are you going to be this? How are you going to be that, right? What's it going to take for you to actually establish your alpha, not be weak, put your shit aside, and boss up and take charge and man up, Handle that, bro. You see so many women nowadays that are masculine, gangstered up, golden up, put it out, right? Which is not a bad thing because they're strong women, but to make a strong woman,
you know what they say, you make me this way.
Right? Hey, but if she found a man that was a superior man, that read this game in that book on that thing, and was able to let her feel feminine enough to be comfortable by being a woman and herself and her skin, she gonna roll on her back like you. I will put her hands up, love it, feel comfortable, and submit and do that shit. They want to submit. Yep. They want to, cater. They want to be that thing, right? But they're so focused on the bullshit, the thing that they're going on with, they can't be that because they have to keep their guard up. Once you break that guard, be that comfortable person, be that dependable one, that good lover, that good voice, that good discipline, that good everything, that real shit. They don't.
He said that good D.
Right? Hey, get them all dickmatized.
Right on. Submit. Good stuff. And I had not heard
choking
of that book
and stroking.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of that book before. 48 Laws of Power. Why?
There's a lot of parables and lessons to be learned in the 48 Laws of Power. No matter what you're going through, experiencing, or what you're dealing with, there's a lesson to be learned in that book for it.
Yeah.
And, you can read that like the Bible down there.
Yeah.
It's a great, you can use it for good, but you can use it
for, never outshine the master, right? Remember that lesson, right? You could be the greatest person in the world, right? And your master could be the king. You do everything, but now the attention's on you. Master gonna kill you because why? He wants to be the king. So you're more famous than the king. So what are you worth? You're outshining the master. You're with it, right? Yeah. Keep one eye over the shoulder. You never know, bro. You gotta look at everything. Like the other parable too. The female, right? Who finessed all the guys, right? Yeah. Got all empire from that. You know what I mean? There's parables to this stuff, bro. There's life lessons in a short amount of little chapters that are very little. There's 48 Laws of Power. There should be more, but how they section them off and put them together and how they relate to the pros and cons and how it all is, bro. It's one of the ones where I don't want to spoil it for anybody because, it's one of the things where if you're a human, you got to pick that book up for sure.
Yeah.
And a superior man.
Yeah, you'll learn about Nikola Tesla and Edison in that book.
Everything, bro. It's life lessons through history that are accurate and that are just the rises and the downfalls and the problems that we face in humanity as persons, let alone how we could be more successful or watch out and save our own lives. It's well-rounded. It's so well-rounded, man. Yeah. It's so well-rounded.
personal question. So you had mentioned that you're a single father.
Yeah.
And you got full custody of your children, or is that still something that's happening?
No, I have full custody. I've been have full custody for at least the last 5-6 years.
Right on.
Yeah.
Congrats, bro.
Was that important to you?
It was very important to me because, as a father, you think about it, we have shitty baby mamas. My baby mama is tapped out. She gone. She's out the picture. Chose to disappear, steal a bunch of shit. And now, running around, never came back, never did nothing, lack of effort, She went for milk and never came back.
I'll be right back.
I promise, right?
She fell in the be-back hole.
Right? Yeah, but, as a father, though, I feel blessed for it. I expect it because the worst feeling I hear from all my friends and people around me that are co-parenting and doing the thing is, man, I wonder what's happening to my kids. I wonder what's going on with them. Man, her boyfriend's a piece of shit. She lets him run over all my kids. He spanked my child. There's problems and issues that come from just bad relationships on the mother's side. Not all of them, but it tends to happen sometimes, right? As a father, sometimes you're helpless to do anything about that. You can't even deal with that shit. So to have the extra stress, but the blessing to know, okay, give you a kiss before you go to sleep, wake you up, take you to school, pick you up, go through the motions and be an active father and in your life and be there around the time, see that and know that everything's gonna be okay. Yeah, these ain't a perfect world, you know what I'm saying, but
that builds strength though.
Yeah, it builds strength, but what? I always say too, a single father household is better than a single mother household.
Yeah, that's very true.
So, there's more discipline and more things in it, of course, but I still give the same love too. And like I said, first thing we always say to each other, overboard, I love you. Walking, I love you. I love you too. Yeah. Just the language of love, bro. You got to be weak to be open.
Yeah.
To be strong, to let them know, hey, this is what it is. Real compassion. You know what I'm saying? And I love it though, honestly. I wouldn't have it any other way.
That's real talk. That's real, man.
Beautiful.
That's real.
All right, we're at the 2-minute warning where we're going to ask the last 3 questions. One of them is if you could eavesdrop in any historical conversation, which would it be? I love your answer, man. You would have been eavesdropping when Caesar was betrayed by the senators.
Damn.
That's deep.
That is deep, bro.
Because you're thinking about it, everybody's in your face smiling and holding you down and loving you and cherishing you like the king and you're blessing and you're going through all this stuff, right? But for opportunity, prosperity, greed, ego, they'll turn on you for a second if it benefits the collective instead of the one. And that's the thing that you can look around you and see smiling faces, but behind their back is a knife ready to get you. It's the crazy part, about the life in this industry, man. You never know what's going to come from and when it's going to happen, bro.
Do you have any thought about that incident that you have thought about in your own head that you wonder if anybody else has thought about that?
A lot. If you're living this life in this industry and going through things we've gone through and all of our experiences, through knowing each other and stuff, it's a very common thing, especially in the streets and stuff too, Even your own hood, your people, your neighborhood will be the first one to get you. It ain't your enemies, it's your friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's how it always happens.
Mom say, watch who you call your friends.
Yeah, man. You never let no one know where you sleep, what your next move is, and who your bitch is.
Yeah.
That's real.
Damn.
That's real.
All right. Bucket list. You want to go to Brazil?
Yeah, man.
Carnival
and wild out,
Hey, be careful the favelas or whatever it's called.
I'm not worried, bro. I got family people out there and stuff too. Yeah, so be Gucci, man.
Yeah, they out there.
Let them speak for me, pretend like I'm deaf.
When you think, I don't know. Oh, man, hey, take the gun out of his mouth.
Yeah, but low key though, if you think about it though too, like, right? If you're good, you're good everywhere, right? You gotta be a person.
Yeah.
It's in you, not on you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Your energy's gonna be what's gonna be. Like Mike Tyson can walk anywhere in the world, bro, and no one fucks with him, right?
Yeah.
Because he's just sure the game, bro. Like, if you're comfortable and you're respectful, you're on all lanes, why can't you walk through the favelas, Let's chill through and explore, and see something that's different, Let's take a little trip and walk through because, hey, if it's in you, they're gonna recognize real. They gonna fuck with it, you know what I mean? They gonna smell it, they gonna deal with it,
That's true.
If you shake, you're like, oh, that,
I'm gonna bring their
let's check
money.
the food
I'm gonna
chain,
bring
let's get
their
this motherfucker,
money. American dollars with me. I'm
That's-
gonna bring
Yeah.
their money.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a low amount. You know what I'm saying?
Keep-
Oh, you want to rob me? Here's $8
Yeah.
in your money. Here.
There's a fucking 1,000 coins that worth 50 cents.
It's funny because that brand right there, Happy Dad,
Yeah.
Steve will do it, and the rest of his people went out there and they went to the deep trenches of
Brazil.
where you want to
So
go.
that's a dope thing
And he
too.
gave them money, and they were just
Because blessings, bro. Blessings. He's getting content. They're getting
yes.
experience. They're seeing something new too. Everybody wins in a sense too. But it creates for great content, great media.
Oh yeah,
And it's kind of a good thing too. Hey,
Yeah.
we blessing the poor,
need
and guess
that,
what? We're
yeah.
making good videos and media out of that. So we all win.
sharing the wealth.
But it's a cool thing to show light on neighborhoods and places like that
Yes,
that don't get that much attention because who really knows what goes on besides a quick podcast or a book or snippet on the Discovery Channel or some shit, right?
Right.
To get like different perspectives and people who are actually like, right here running the streets and doing the things like that.
Yeah.
Walk up in there and shows a different view of some stuff and what's really going on and how shit is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you gotta have more light on some of those things, man. A lot of people gotta take travels to these like places that really fucking see and, you know, put it on the map and let alone just let people experience what the world is, bro. That's what the best part of learning is.
It opens up your mind.
Yeah, you know, your imagination thinks one way and you see the facts and you understand it, you know? So it's a cool thing, bro.
Right on.
Yeah.
Verde West, Mr. Multipurpose.
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
for coming on the
Appreciate
show.
you guys, man.
Appreciate you.
Been a long time, man. A blessing, man. Always, man.
Yes, sir.
Just
Yes,
have you,
sir.
man. Hey.
We want to thank you for tuning in. We want you to know also this is our 22nd episode. This was season 1. We're going to actually huddle up. We're going to regroup. We're going to probably reshuffle. And we'll be back with the season 2. So you guys will be very excited because we got a new lineup of guests. We have some new topics. And so I think you guys are going to like this. So
Ruben stays busy, man. We know. He's highly focused, man. Highly focused and highly favored. For sure.
Well, folks, thank you guys for tuning in. We love you. Peace out. See you next season.
Peace.